Okay, I'm back. This is another movie review. This is actually my second time recording this video. I actually did a full review and I recorded it and everything and I uploaded it to YouTube and the sound came out choppy. And I feel like the reason why it came out choppy was because I recorded it directly from the YouTube app. And I don't know what's up with YouTube, and yeah, that was my first time using it too, so I know next time I'm not using that again. So this is actually my second time recording this review. But anyway, this is another movie review. I haven't done one in a minute. I've been slacking on my movie reviews, man. I've been slacking on watching movies throughout this whole year, man. Like, I'm usually like a big movie head. I used to go to movies like every single weekend, but this year is just, I just fell off. But I'm gonna pick it back up next year. And this movie review is about Aquaman, the new movie from DC. I guess you could say it is DC's biggest movie of the year. I know Harry Potter came out, but come on, man. Like, it's DC, it's Aquaman. Much anticipated. And yeah, so just got back from seeing it like I'll say about half an hour ago, maybe 45 minutes ago. And, just to keep it real short and sweet, I liked it. It was really good. It was decent. Could have been better. And it could have been worse, especially from DC. But we got something that was a little bit more close to the middle. So it could have, like I said, it could have definitely been better, especially in some areas. But it wasn't bad at all. I felt like this is this is the right. It's the right step in the right direction from DC, because Justice League was borderline trash. I mean, it was a big disappointment, and they had to come with something, man. They had to come with something, and I feel like this is that right step. This is that right path. Like I said, when they came out with Wonder Woman last year, everybody thought that, yeah, DC is back on track again. DC looked like it's headed in the right direction, but then they came out with Justice League, and it was just like, damn, man. But they had to make at least a good movie with this one. I felt like if this movie wasn't good, then DC would have been in big trouble. But they came with a good movie. Like I said, it could have been better, but I can't be mad at it. I had a good time with it. I was definitely entertained. And yeah, they came with this movie. Like I said, it was pretty good. It wasn't bad at all. So anybody who hasn't seen it yet, I don't think you will be disappointed. You'll walk out the theater saying, "Hey, I enjoyed myself. It was a good time." So I'm glad I saw it. I feel like that's what's gonna be most people's reaction when they see this movie. So I'm gonna get to the good, I'm gonna get to the bad, and I'm gonna just wrap it up. So I'm gonna stick with the bad first. One of the main problems with the movie was the dialogue. I felt like the dialogue could have been much better. I think it was a little bit too much explaining the plot, too much explaining backstory, and it made the movie kind of like drag a little bit. It made the movie kind of boring. So I feel like they should have cut out a lot of the dialogue, maybe explain the plot in a different way. You don't have to go into so much exposition every single time, and I felt like they did that a lot with this movie, and I feel like it kind of dragged it down a little bit. And the second problem I had with the movie was the pacing. It kind of goes back to what I was saying about the dialogue. It's a little bit too long, man. I felt like they should have cut out certain parts of the movie that shouldn't have been there, just to make it nice. It should have been at least like an hour and 40 minutes. Should have been much more shorter, but it's like over 2 hours long, and I'm just sitting there like, man, this movie is kind of long. It felt long. It felt like a really long movie, man. And I felt like, yeah, they should have definitely cut some time off, man, because it's kind of a chore to sit through certain parts. It's a little bit of a chore to sit through, to be honest. And another bad thing I had with the movie was I just had it in my mind too, and I'm like slipping. Man. Give me a minute. Damn it, I can't remember. Sorry, y'all. I'm like drawing a blank, man. But, damn, what was that? I can't. shit. God dang! I just said this like 3 times already, and now I forgot. Oh God, yeah. I'm gonna just move on to the good. The action was really good, man. I really liked the action. The special effects was really good. The characters was okay for the most part. Jason Mamoa, he did his thing as Aquaman. He is Aquaman, man. I felt like from what everybody knows from Aquaman is kind of the laughing stock of comic book characters. Like, a lot of people laugh at him. But when you see this Aquaman, it's hard to laugh at this dude. He does tell a lot of jokes in the movie, but you know what I mean. He's not like, just a clown, like a clownish character. You do take him seriously because he has a lot of power. He has a lot of strength, has a lot of versatility. Like, this dude is no joke when it comes to fighting. Like, he is that deal. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Oh, that was another bad thing I had with the movie, I now remembered, was the plot of itself. I felt like the plot kind of was all over the place. I felt like if they had one focus and one focus villain in the movie, it would have been much better. Because it's kind of like 2 villains in the movie and one gets pushed to the side. And I felt like that was unnecessary, because the villain that they pushed to the side is a main villain, man. He's a major character, and I felt like they could have saved him for future movies, maybe hinted at him, and saved him as the main villain for the next movie. But they kind of like forced him in this movie, and he kind of, like I said, he's kind of like a second fiddle to the main character, the main villain, I mean. And I felt like that kind of dragged the movie down a lot, because I felt like if he was the main villain of this movie, it would have been much better, man. Like, if they focused just on him, it would have been much better. Or, like I said, they just focused on the other villain, it would have been a lot better. If you don't know who I'm talking about, I mean, it's not a spoiler. It's Black Manta. I just felt like they pushed his character to the side a little bit too much. Like, he deserves to be the main villain, the main focus of an Aquaman movie. And I felt like they kind of just like forced him in there just to have him in there, just to like set him up. But he didn't have a lot of screen time. Like, his screen time was like way too short, man. And he did have a good fight scene in the movie, but like I said, and I did like one scene that they did was they showed how the guy who's behind the Black Manta costume like actually made the costume. I thought that was cool. And it's a little Easter egg in there with the Black Manta helmet, the old school Black Manta helmet when he was making the Black Manta helmet. I felt like that was nice. And yeah, he was a good character in the movie, but like I said, too little screen time. And I felt like a lot of people was anticipating Black Manta, and you're going to be disappointed. When you go into it, you're going to think that, oh man, I'm going to get to see Black Manta just do his thing, and it's basically like one big scene and then that's it, So I felt like he's too much of an important character, especially to Aquaman, to have him just pushed to the side so much just to focus on Aquaman's half-brother. So I felt like they should have just focused on the plot between the conflict between Aquaman and his half-brother. Leave Black Manta out of it. They could have hinted at him in this movie and just set him up for a sequel. They didn't have to like just push him in there and just say, hey, look, it's Black Manta, and then just push him to the side. Like, it's a tease. But yeah, I feel like they're gonna, especially when you see the end, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you definitely know where they're going with the next one. You definitely know who's the main villain of the next, who's the main villain gonna be of the next Aquaman movie. So it's really no surprise once you see the movie. But yeah, like, I felt like that really weakened the movie, man. But anyway, the action was really good. The characters overall was okay. Of course, Jason Mamoa as Aquaman, he was the standout. Of course, he's the star, so it was only right. Everybody else felt like there was just a supporting cast around him, and I felt like that was the right move, because nobody outshined anybody else. But Aquaman, he was the one that stood out, and it's his movie, so he's supposed to stand out. Everybody else just played a serviceable role. The villain was the villain. The supporting cast was the supporting cast. You're not going to get an Oscar-worthy performance from anybody else. They did their job. They did their thing, and that's all you ask for. So, hey, kudos, I guess. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed it. It was good. Could have been better. Like I said, if they would have fixed those 3 things, it would have made the movie much better. One more thing too. This movie, like, it reminded me so much of Thor. Like, the whole Aquaman backstory and the whole just Atlantis of itself. It just reminded me of, like, DC's version of Thor. I don't know if anybody else picked up on that, but I picked up on that while watching the movie. It's just it's like very, like I said, this is like DC's Thor. Because, like, with Aquaman's powers, he has superhuman strength. He can lift up a whole bunch of stuff. You know, he needs the tridents, sort of like how Thor needs Mjolnir, which is the hammer. Like, it's almost like the relation between, like, Marvel's Thor and DC's Aquaman is, like, so close, man. It's so close. I'm not saying that's a good or a bad thing. It's just something that it just stands out to me. So yeah, like, it's a good movie, man. Like, if you haven't seen it, I don't think you would be disappointed. Maybe some people would, of course. Maybe some people would be like, man, DC, yeah, it sucks or whatever. But for the most part, I think most people walk out saying, hey, entertaining, not bad. Could have been good, but could have been better, I mean. But I wasn't mad that I saw it. I definitely had a good time. Very entertaining. Special effects was good. The fight scenes was good. I feel like that's what's going to be everybody's reaction walking out of the theater. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Maybe the next one I'll do is Bumblebee. I think I'm going to see that tomorrow. I wasn't going to see it because the last night was terrible, and I was done with Transformers. I was like, no, I had enough. Michael Bay just took Transformers and just flipped it on his bad side, and it just ruined it for me. So I wasn't going to see it, but I keep hearing good things about this movie, so I want to see what all the fuss is about. I may put my own foot in my mouth after seeing it. I may be disappointed, but hey, it's not the first time that happened. So look out for that, I guess. And I don't know if I'm going to see Spider-Man. I've been hearing a lot of good things about that too. I may go see it. So I'm out of here. Have a good holiday. All that. Don't know why I keep doing this with my hands. Till next time. Peace. I'm out. Sayonara. Yeah.